Hey there YouTube, GodDripperMan coming at you again here. Now I know it's been a while since we uploaded a video of any kind of long video, but today we are going to dive right back into another Witcher 3 video. It's been a minute since we did one of those. It's been a long time. Sorry it's been so long. I've done a lot of adjustments on this microphone of mine here, and it should sound a whole lot better this time around. I think better than it has on any of my videos in a long time. Please do let me know down in the comments how it sounds to you. I'd appreciate it so very much. But before we get started, just remember, if you like this kind of content, the kind of videos that I provide for you on this channel, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Ring that bell for notifications so you never miss a single upload. But without further ado, guys, let's get right into this. Let's see what we got. Here we go, y'all.
This bard's tale begins near White Orchard, with my dear friend GERALT of Rivia seeking his lover of yore.
Continuing with this.
YENNEFER. She'd eluded him for years, but now seemed just a few steps
Backstory, come on.
After many trials and tribulations, GERALT finally learned that Yen was in nearby Vizima.
Sorry, y'all. That intro recap on the story can be a bit annoying at times, especially whenever you've heard it 5 million times before.
Heard of the Fryhead?
Let's lower the volume a bit. It's a bit strong. Alright, hopefully that should be good. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, it's a bit more bearable for y'all, hopefully. Yeah, last time we played this, of course, we finished that griffin hunt, where we got to kill the griffin for the guard captain, the soldier commander, and the Nilfgaardian people. Trying to remember if we have any other quests that we did not do. It does not look that way, so that's good. We're caught up. That's always a good thing. What do we have as far as inventory? It's been a while since I even played this. Let's just kind of recap. We don't have much of anything right now. We have almost no food or water right now. We do have potions that we need to refill. Meditate a little bit here. And there we go. So we at least have our health potions refilled and our other ones refilled. That gives us better speed and all that. It's kind of enhances your speed and your reflexes and all that. It's definitely good for that purpose. So the Thunderbolt, yeah, so this is what it is. The Thunderbolt increases your attack power by 30%. The other one heals you.
Discipline, that is what you folk lack.
Oh, shut up. Ah, to you too.
No more. Please, no more.
Getting whipped for something.
Very glad.
Yeah. Mercy. Please.
Ah. Anyways, we're done with this area. At least for now. And we're gonna head to Vesemir, back to where Vesemir is at the inn, and prepare to get out, to leave White Orchard. So we're gonna whistle for old Roachy here. If we know where he is. Come on, where are you,
Stop.
stupid horse? Seriously? Seriously, Roach? Really? There you are, you dum-dum. Alright. Now let's, head back. By the way, guys, I don't know if you noticed the change in scenery here behind you. In my where I'm at now, I switched rooms about a week or so ago.
Come on now.
And this is the room we're in now. We're in the other room in the house. So in case y'all are wondering, hey, oh, what's that about?
Take it easy.
That's what it's about. It's actually a bit of a bigger room too, a bit more space
Move it.
in this one, so it makes it a bit easier to do stuff in. Oh, we got a side quest guy that needs something. Let's see what this guy needs.
What happened?
Monsters. Monsters from
My
the
name.
swamp. Folks said the road was fraught with peril, but I wouldn't listen. Got my comeuppance now.
Less moaning, more details.
What
What happened? And how can I help? And remember, I don't work for free. Witcher's code and all.
Well, was on my way to the Black Ones to
Trade.
Suddenly my
My
horse got
spooked,
spooked.
ran clear off the road.
We hit a
Bump.
bump. I went
Went
flying
flying.
and the horse
Whole
and cart
cart rode
rolled
on.
Then I heard
Bubbling, neighing, slurping.
slurping. Something came out from the
Luck.
muck.
Devoured Asher. Ooze and all.
No doubt my goods are still on the cart, but I'm too afeard to go and see.
Afeard.
Thought maybe you. I'm most concerned about a little box. Bring it to me. I beg you.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Fine, I'll go. Let you know if I find that box.
Little side detour.
Hey,
Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. It's like, hey ya. I'm like, what are you, an Indian now, Geralt? Trying to be an Indian? A Native American? Whatever, however you want to say it. And let's see, anything here worth? Oh, we gotta examine the
cart
prints.
tracks. Rode off into the swamp.
Tracks. And we follow the tracks. Follow them all the way. And while we're here, we're gonna get some more honey. Like we just did.
Here's the cart.
Oh, yeah, here's the cart. Yep.
Cart's riddled with arrows. Interesting. I should take a look around.
Interesting indeed.
An arrow. Didn't mention this.
Of course he didn't.
Cart's riddled with arrows.
Okay, shush, yeah, okay, yeah. Already said that. Where is this box? Oh.
Square in the neck. Good shot. Either the merchant's got serious memory problems, or he's lying.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of this downer for now. Whoa.
Not good.
Ooh. And he did. Good. Alright. Make sure we don't leave any monster parts lying around that we can't use. There we go. Where is that box? We need to find that box. Oh, here we go.
Must be that box he mentioned. Splattered with blood. Human blood.
Yeah, I think I know exactly what happened.
Come on.
Oops. Didn't mean to actually eat that one, but oh
Hey,
well. Didn't mean to eat that honeycomb. I actually wasted that one because I was already fully healed, but whatever. Ooh. It's interesting scenery here, would y'all not agree? All the trees and swampy areas and stuff. Reminds me a lot of back home, to be honest. Back where I'm from, which is Louisiana. A lot of swamps and marshes where I'm from.
Run, Roach.
It's interesting to see a lot of them here. It is a fictional game, but still. But still.
Oh, and you find the box?
Yeah, found your priceless chest. And someone who looks an awful lot like a cart driver with an arrow through his neck. No dryads in these swamps, and never known a drowner or a water hag to use a bow. So lacking any other suspects, I'm guessing.
Guessing.
Watch out! Behind you!
There's nothing behind me. I'm a witcher, I'd have heard it. Just like I can hear your heart, which is pounding like a liar's. Best hope you're a better writer than you are a liar.
Yep, and we're gonna chase him now. We gotta chase this doofus. We gotta chase this moron down. It is if we don't get stopped by every piece of debris.
May the sun shine upon you.
Only help me!
Move it!
Wait, where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Over here. Jeez. These controls sometimes can be really wonky.
Come on, Roach.
Jeez, come on, man. No! Darn it!
Take it easy.
I messed that one up. No, 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 no. I messed that up. Is annoying. Alright. These controls, y'all. Hold on. This controller gets a bit out of whack sometimes. Yeah, seen through your lies, yes.
What? There's nothing. Best hope.
Alright. Let's try this again, y'all. Let's try this one more time. Come on. There we go. There we go. Finally.
Gotta get him out of here. Wake up. See, can't run from the truth. Not even on horseback. Now who are you and why'd you attack that cart?
Private First Class John Gilmer, Temerian 6th Division, 2nd Regiment. Disbanded, but still active. Underground, in the woods. That was a medical transport. I'd be damned if it reached the Black Ones. And the medicine, our lads could use it too. We've many ill among us. You let me go, and they might live and fight once more for a free North.
Huh.
You can go, but I'm keeping the medicine. Nilfgaard will find you and kill you anyways. Why should it go to waste?
Take it, and choke on it. It's true what they say about witches.
Whoops. Did not mean to do that. You stupid.
What now?
Only help me!
Oh, shut up.
Watch where you walk. What now?
Well, now let's quit screaming. Sorry, anyways. I thought that was like gonna be like a little side mini thing, like, oh, help this person out and get more stuff. Nope. I forgot what the best option was with that merchant, with that side quest. I didn't remember if it was to keep the medicine and let him go, just let him go, or to turn him into the Nilfgaardians. It definitely wasn't just to let him go with the medicine. I know that much. But, yeah. It's funny because it doesn't mention you having the medicine though now. Otherwise, which is kind of strange. You would think it would. But it does not.
That's it, Roach.
Enough distractions, though. Let's continue with the main quest a bit here. East controls. There we go. Alright. Yeah, well, yeah, something, blah, blah, blah. Let's see if old dwarfy guy can fix our stuff.
A return customer. Welcome.
Return customer, welcome.
Show me what you got.
Return customer, yes, that is what I am. Return. I return to being the customer. Sorry. Repair, equipped. There. It's all really need to do with repair stuff. Well, we can afford. Anyways. Right now, there's 2 repair things.
So long.
Alright. Now we repaired our equipment, which is good. So we're gonna keep on
Faster.
back to the White Orchard Inn.
Oh!
It's
Durban now.
D-E-R-B-A-N, not Broidwar.
Looking for trouble.
That's it, Roach.
And here we go. Go inside and talk to Vesemir again. See what he's got. Before we do that though, we're gonna, because I feel this will be the last time we'll be able to talk to this innkeeper and get food from her.
Something else you'll be needing.
Could be wrong, but I think this will be the last time we can actually get stuff from her, and you'll see why here in just a minute.
Got anything interesting under the cap?
Depends what you're after. Have a look.
I'm gonna go ahead and sell this raw meat because we don't need it, obviously. We're gonna buy these chickens. Buy 2 chickens and cow's milk. That's all we can afford. Is 2 chickens and some cow's milk. Better than nothing though, right? And we'll buy an egg. And 1 egg there. That's at least some kind of a food that we can use and have
Farewell.
for the journey. And here we go. We're going to talk to Vesemir and
Yennefer's in Vizima. Got a few friends there, so... Something wrong?
Look around. Trouble brewing.
who are they?
Who are they?
Patriots. Drinking their 7th round for Tamaria. Fist starting to itch.
Don't see any Nilfgaardians.
We'll find another foe.
Another
Buy
foe.
some provisions for the journey. Then we'll go. Geralt, we should stay out of it. Just
This once. Just this once. I would agree, but I don't think that's going to end up happening. I think that's going to work,
What happened to the lilies?
story-wise.
Took him down.
Took him down to hang a golden sun there now.
I cannot show Temerian colours. They'll come and burn the tavern down.
Burn the tavern down.
Maybe it's true what they say. You fond of the Imperials? You Nilfgaard's whore?
Jeez. Pretty terrible.
You'll let that pass? I know grief eats at your heart.
You know shit. They hanged my sister, dragged her out the cloister like a dog. Said Nilfgaard's no place for superstition, that they don't fear the wrath of the gods. And you, do you fear it? If not for Annie, your child would have choked on its navel string. You owe your son Christ into the birth, and you don't fear the gods' wrath. You don't fear it, you cunt!
Oh, ouch, ouch, ouch. Rough ouch. Yikes. Yikes.
Recognize this medallion? You know what it means. Back off.
You all right?
They say witches steal young'uns. That's true. What the Emperor promised you, freaks? Your own land, like he did the elves once.
Get out, all of you.
We ain't
Go
going
nowhere.
And neither are you.
Great. See?
They won't back down now.
Nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do.
See that?
You have to fight them. It's part of the story. As you will see here in just a second.
Not yet!
It's all right. It's over.
Leave me be! Get away!
Yeah, they just wore out their welcome.
See his face! God save us!
Big time.
Be gone. And don't ever come back.
So much for not getting involved. Come on, let's go.
And there you have it.
That brawl, we didn't start it.
And there's
Excuses.
Yennefer.
You've not changed a bit.
Yen? How?
I received a report about a witcher who'd appeared in White Orchard. I knew it was you, looking for me. I might have waited until you found me, but you know me. Patience has never been my strong suit.
Strong suit.
Good to see you,
Geralt.
I'd even embrace you. Were you not covered in blood?
Sorry. Wasn't expecting to see you. To be honest, this isn't at all how I imagined we'd meet.
Neat.
How did you imagine it?
You didn't imagine you'd have a Nilfgaardian escort. Don't get me wrong, Yennefer. I'm glad to see you. But I do think you owe us an explanation.
And I shall provide it.
But
In Vizima. Ready your horses.
ready your horses. And what's the rush?
Spent the last 6 months in the saddle. Haven't seen you for 2 years. Can we take a moment
Sadly, we cannot. Someone awaits you, Geralt. Someone who doesn't like to
We
be kept
kept
waiting.
waiting.
Emperor Emir var Emrys. Or, to those on more intimate terms with him, the white flame dancing on the graves of his foes.
Doubt I number among that group.
Hmm.
Far as I remember, last time we saw each other, he wanted to kill me.
Well, now he wishes to make you an offer.
The kind one can't refuse.
I didn't, though I could have.
I could have.
Fine. Guess I'm willing to hear him out.
The Emperor of Nilfgaard, Lord of Metina, Ebbing, and Gamera, Sovereign of Nazaire and Vicovaro, will feel honored, I'm sure.
What about you?
I'm going in the opposite direction. I somehow doubt the Emperor's invitation mentioned me. Besides, I've got things to do at Claremore. Remember?
Yeah, I remember. Thanks for your help, Vesemir. See you soon.
How's your horse? Swift?
Can't complain. Why do you ask?
I'd like to be back behind some thick city walls as soon as possible.
As soon as possible. There you go, guys. We found Yennefer. Beautiful though. You gotta love, again, you gotta love the graphics in this game. Even as old as this game is, it's very good graphics.
You know, I had a dream about you recently.
Knowing you, it was probably filthy.
Just the beginning. But then...
Oh. Here's some of the wild hunts. Enemies. He dead. He's screwed. Bye-bye. Jeez. That sucks. That sucks a lot. Boom. There you go.
Yennefer, how
We shall talk of this tomorrow, all right? After the audience.
After the audience. Zima, capital of occupied Samaria, one day later. And he's getting a bath. Just getting his scrub down.
It must suffice.
It must suffice. Blah, 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 blah.
Incomere cares if I'm clean.
The gentleman will refer to His Imperial Majesty by his full title or not at all.
Not at all.
The gentleman will be seated on the bergère.
Bergère.
The what now?
Sitting on the bergère.
In that chair.
Chair.
Fredwin, please shave the gentleman's sideburns to half an inch.
What's wrong with my beard? Always thought it added to my dignity.
It does. Yet it also detracts from your elegance. In Nilfgaard, we consider beards hard on the eyes. Especially beards infested with lice.
Been on the road a while. Fine. Do your thing.
Fine, do your thing.
Tilt your head back, please, and sit still.
How goes it? Preparations for the audience
proceeding as planned?
Yes, General. The gentleman will be more or less presentable.
Who's this guy?
He
a barber too?
No. Morvran Voorhis, commander of the Alba Division.
Easy.
Yennefer's escort. They were my men.
All of them.
Indeed, were. For none have returned to visit her. I truly wonder what happened on the road yesterday. Perhaps you could enlighten me. You have time and a razor
to your throat.
Wild Hunt killed them.
A cavalcade of wraiths dashing across the night sky. These omens of war the peasantry bubbles about. Expect me to believe that.
Frankly, I don't really give a damn.
Nordlings. We can bathe you, shave you, and clothe you, but teaching you manners, that will be a challenge.
Nice meeting you too.
Done. Shall I shave him once more against the grain?
No. He himself is very much against the grain. That's enough. Farewell, Witcher. Or rather, see you soon.
See you soon.
Good. Now the gentleman may dress.
I actually meant to do the other dialogue option there in that one. But oh well. I don't really think it matters too much, but
Sadly, I did not receive exact measurements. If the garments chafe, our tailor will adjust.
I wonder if it will. Hold on a second. Kind of curious on something myself. Oh man, no, that's too far back. Never mind. That is too far back. Unfortunately. Huh.
Where are my clothes?
Where they should have gone long ago, with the laundress. They will be returned to you after the audience, clean and starched. The gentleman will tell me once he has chosen an outfit.
I always pick a certain outfit here just because it looks the least terrible to me. Out of all three, at least. There's that one, there's this one, and then there's this one. This one is okay, and so is this one. They're both fine. All three are fine, to be honest. That is not something I would have Geralt normally wear. But we're gonna go for this one. We'll go for this one. There.
Black suits the gentleman. Does the outfit satisfy the gentleman?
A studded doublet and a sword on my back. That's what would satisfy me. But tough. When in Nilfgaard.
Yes.
It's a saying. So what now? Powder my nose?
Powder my nose.
No need. The gentleman's complexion is light enough.
Light enough.
The gentleman is to stand before the ruler of the North and South. I must confirm that he knows how to bow.
Confirm away.
Please watch. Leg extended, hand flat, head down, chin to chest. The gentleman will rehearse. Lacking fluidity and grace. But we've learned to expect less of Nordlings.
Figures.
Come with me.
Whatever.
The gentleman will address the Emperor only when asked to, and using the appropriate title.
Yeah, right.
Arch-magnificency.
I see the gentleman is in the mood for jests. I fear the Emperor might not share his disposition.
Arch-magnificency.
Your Majesty will suffice. Spoken loudly, clearly, and with respect.
Yeah, right. Whatever. Sure. Hey, Geralt did tell the general guy the truth. I don't know what else I could have really told him. Told him the truth.
Van Aden in Khan eb Marvut. Emir var Emreis.
Yeah. Bow. Nope. Knockabout. Definitely not.
Your Imperial Majesty.
Arer ep do orde.
Rebellion namen, Vatgun, favor.
I'm not gonna bow to your stupid butt. Geralt, it's not what Geralt does. Not what he does.
So many months at Foltest Court. Yet you still haven't mastered the basics of etiquette.
You know what they say? Can't teach an old wolf new tricks. Take it you didn't summon me to reminisce about the good old days, so...
Silence. My daughter Cirilla, she's returned. And she's in danger. The Wild Hunt pursues her. You will find her and bring her to me.
Are you sure? Ciri left. Went far, far away.
You believe I drag you here in the middle of a war to discuss a rumor?
I think anyone can be wrong. Even an emperor.
Even an emperor.
I had forgotten how insolent you can be. I haven't the time to convince you, nor the desire, in fact. Yennefer will do that after the audience.
After the audience.
How many men in your army? 20,000? 30? So why me?
You know why. Because she trusts you.
She trusts me, yes. So tell me why you're looking for her. Doubt it's about making up for all those lost years.
For reasons of state, as always.
As always.
Enough of this banter. You will agree regardless. If for no other reason than because I shall pay you. More than you customarily receive for a contract. Considerably more.
A little more.
Save your generosity for those whose homes your armies have razed. I'll do it for Ciri, not for your gold.
Your motives do not interest me. Only results. Yennefer will tell you the rest. This audience is finished. Mererid! Take him to the sorceress.
And after this part, after we're done talking to Yennefer and stuff, I think this will end the video, because it's going on a little bit longer than I thought it would for all this dialogue. I forget how dialogue heavy this game can be sometimes.
Understand. Did I not emphasize adequately that one must bow to the Emperor?
Relax. Nothing happened.
To the gentleman. But I shall be punished.
I shall be punished.
Please keep close and bother no one. Inches of etiquette for one day.
And it's past noon. You can't be so.
Is it in what? Do you know who you're talking to, soldier? I'm Herivard II, Prince of Elanga.
Oh, there's this general guy again.
Rats. Ted attack in and Kalantne se förloisa. Eptusa.
Mind if I interrupt?
Why not join in instead?
We're discussing neutrality. How difficult it is to preserve.
Sir.
Still worth trying.
Because?
Because there are few causes worth serving, even fewer men.
Fewer men.
Enough about that. Mind if we change the subject? So, talk to the Emperor.
Why did he summon you?
So not even you know.
Not even you know.
But I wager it's an ordinary witch's contract.
Contract?
Some werebubs.
Werebubs.
See you.
Soon, mind you.
Somewhere above. Can we talk to him again? Darn it, never mind. Yeah, I thought there was other dialogue options with him, but I guess not. Whatever. Maybe we did mess up with the original one. I don't know. We're just telling him the truth. Unless you can tell him.
Will someone explain to me why you are here?
Someone explain to me why you will not shut up.
Once the gentleman is done, he should see me to retrieve his possessions.
Okay.
Not sharpened yet. Yes? Then transcribe. True authority in Novigrad is not the city council or the merchants guild, but the Church of the Eternal Fire and the criminal underworld. At times it is difficult to tell the one from the other.
Alright,
They both
let's see
display similar
here.
ruthlessness and cynicism.
Let's go ahead.
Please wait, Your Excellency. I'm falling behind.
Loot.
You know what? I'll write the report myself.
Huh.
Clean draft. In triplicate.
In triplicate. Let's go ahead and loot. Oh. All it is just books for the most part, it looks like. Well, I do believe there is, yep, bread there. And there is dumpling in there. And some other stuff there.
A ready meal, directly out of Nordling tales. Inconceivable.
Inconceivable. Oh, might as well loot all this stuff too. Some more food. It's funny that you could find food in drawers, dresser drawers in this game. It's actually pretty hilarious all the places you can find food in this game.
Geralt, that tunic, you look positively smashing.
Dying to take it off.
I'd consider that a proposition under different circumstances. One I might even take you up on. But we've matters to attend to. Now do you understand why I'm at Emir's court?
And seems we're in the same boat now. Ciri, she's really back. No chance he's mistaken.
Look, that's more or less what she looks like now. Or so our agents claim. Our little witch has grown into a young lady.
Young lady.
How about that? She's grown up.
It's been years since you trained together at Kaer Morhen. A great deal has changed.
You haven't. Not a bit.
I missed those awkward compliments of yours. But let's focus on Ciri, all right?
Right.
Sorry, right.
Emir said the Wild Hunt's after her. I'd find that hard to believe before what happened yesterday. How did they track us down?
Because of me.
You see,
I've spent months searching for Ciri, using locating spells, haruspicy, geomancy, anything really. I knew the Wild Hunt might sense it, perhaps even find me,
but I thought I tricked him.
Well,
guess you were wrong.
I've sensed them on my trail, hunting me for
first
some
time.
If not for you and Emir's soldiers, they'd have gotten what they were after. I can't risk another encounter like that.
It's
time to put away the magic, turn to more traditional methods. To the best tracker I know. You must find her, Geralt. Before the Wild Hunt does.
The Wild Hunt? What could it want from Ciri?
I've no clue, Geralt. Might have written them to ask, but I don't have their address. I know as much as you do. It must be about her blood.
Her gift.
As for what the Hunt wishes to do with that gift, I prefer not to think about it really.
So where's Ciri been seen exactly?
In 2 places, Velen and Novigrad. The trail in Velen is most promising. You should make that your first stop. Ask for a merchant named Hendrik at the inn at the crossroads. One of the Emperor's agents. He should get in touch with you.
That's it? No passwords? Secret handshakes?
None. Sorry to spoil your fun. Your boyhood fantasies about the crafts of the trade. All we have in Novigrad are unconfirmed reports, rumors. But there you will have the help of our mutual acquaintance.
Mutual acquaintance.
Triss Merigold. Apparently she's got a cozy flat
on the main square.
Sure she'll be delighted to see me. What about you? What will you do?
I shall sail for Skellige. There was a magic explosion there recently, blew half a forest down. I believe this had something to do with Ciri. I'll be in Caer Trold. Join me there once you've learned something.
One thing before we go. Why didn't you contact me? Didn't need me? Didn't even want to see me?
I didn't want to spoil things. I'd heard you and Triss made a great couple.
Yen, I'd lost my memory.
Really? That's your excuse?
Jeez.
Let's drop it, all right? It's not what you think, or it helped me understand how much I love you. I don't wish to hear it. Any of it.
Any of it. Time to get going.
Guess this means we need to split up again. Not my preference, but I understand. Clock's ticking.
It is indeed. So why don't I teleport you to Vel and get you there at once?
Not gonna happen. I'll go on horseback as soon as I can get changed.
Have it your way? Oh, and you really look quite dashing in black velvet.
Think so? Maybe I can have some of my armor lined with it. Good luck, Yen.
Same to you. And if you wish to learn what's happened in the world while you and Vesemir roamed the wilderness, talk to Ambassador Archer. That's him over there. And GERALT, I know it's wartime, but try not to be a hero, all right? Just check those leads and come back to me in one piece.
Oh, kissy.
I should be waiting.
Should be waiting. Cha, cha.
Yes?
I can't talk to her. Darn it. Can't talk to her anymore. That's right. I forgot about that. You can't actually. Ah, darn it. Oh well. And there you go. We spoke to Yennefer, got all the information we needed. We took the horses here. To the palace and ran from the wild hunt. And we just got a bunch of armor, by the way. DLC, all the DLC content that you get with this game once you buy it and stuff. Got a bunch of DLC a year, which is what this letter is about. I'll read that to y'all some other time. But yeah, I think there's stuff in here we can loot. We're gonna go ahead and loot this stuff real quick before we move on. Of course, there's a picture of Ciri that we looked at during the dialogue. This is just all it is. These books are just information that kind of talk a lot about the world of The Witcher and everything. Live information. This is letters. To Yennefer and stuff. I think you get points. If I'm not mistaken, I believe you get points for reading a certain amount of books and stuff in this game. Which is always cool. Get points for things, you know? I believe that's all the stuff we can actually loot.
A shame I have no time.
Now we can talk to this ambassador dude.
Yennefer suggested I ask you about current events, the war and so on.
Of course. The Emperor's servants should keep no secrets from each other. If you will, let us approach the map.
Approach the map. And we'll talk to this guy. We'll run through this real quick. As quickly as we can.
How's the war going? I mean, apart from the fact that Nilfgaard's triumph is imminent.
I assume this to be a private conversation. We've no witnesses, so let's dispense with the propaganda, even that shrouded in irony. Our offensive was going splendidly until winter came. Edirne was in such disarray that we encountered no resistance. We had reached the Pontar before the first snows. Only a weakened Kedwin remained, and Radovid's Redania, which had ignored the rest of the North's pleas for help. We thought they'd sue for peace, perhaps even submit to vassalization. We waited for spring, certain of victory.
Radovid? Submit?
Yes, a vain hope, I agree. Radovid sent no peace envoy, nor did he advance on our positions. Instead, he trudged over the snow-bound Kestrel Mountains and attacked Kedwin,
his ally. Wow.
This attack took Kedwini by surprise. They were still mourning the loss of their king. Rudderless and dejected, they laid down their arms after a few lost skirmishes and joined Radovid. And so by spring, instead of 2 weak enemies, we had only 1 powerful one.
What about Kavir?
Kavir values its neutrality, enough not to lend its armies, or more importantly, even its coin to either side. Returning to the war, this spring there was a massive battle in the marshes of Velen. Massive, yet indecisive. Both sides suffered enormous losses, unprecedented. Radovid has retreated across the Pontar. He's safe for now, until reinforcements arrive from the south. Then Emperor Yennefer and Reese will deal with him once and for all.
Couldn't you just go home? Save everyone a lot of marching, not to mention a few human lives.
I'm afraid the stakes are too high to fold now.
Oh no.
We can only go all in.
Only go all in.
How do things look in Velen?
As bad as ever. Perhaps worse.
Perhaps worse.
This land never flowed with milk and honey, and now it flows with blood. Armies have swept through it several times.
Tells you the
trampling fields, looting granaries, burning villages. Famine grips the
war has on countries.
So how's ruling that earthly paradise going?
Pretty nuts.
Not well, to be honest. Our forces are spread thin as it is, and Velen is chiefly swampy forests that are difficult to control. We've had several patrols never return to their camps. Thus, we've temporarily delegated authority in this region to a certain Nordling, a former low-ranking officer in the Temerian army, one Philip Strenger, better known by his nom de guerre,
the Bloody Baron.
Bloody Baron. I advise you well. Avoid him.
Any news from Novigrad? Is the free city still free?
Yes, although everyone knows this won't last. Radovid is in Oxenfurt, and the Emperor is here in Vizima, at Novigrad's doorstep, both. And both require coin and ships. Novigrad can provide these. Which is why the mood in the city is, rather, on edge.
Meaning?
How do men deal with fear? They seek reassurance and scapegoats. The Church of the Eternal Fire understands this perfectly, and so it promises to improve the lives of its flock by pointing out the guilty. Who started the war? Who profits from it? Why, it's obvious. Mages, elves, dwarves, in a word, any and all deviants.
That's messed up.
I've been stationed in Novigrad for 13 years. First as a consul, then as ambassador. I've seen a great deal. Cruelty, cynicism, greed. But what is happening there now concerns me greatly.
Yeesh, that's nuts.
What's new in Skellige?
Skellige.
Nothing. The islanders pride themselves on that, don't they? Doing everything according to tradition, as their forefathers did. And like their forefathers, they quarrel with each other. Pillage. Occasionally attack our transports. This is cumbersome, but nothing more. Skellige has always been a footnote to history, and so it shall remain.
Sound awfully confident. What if King Bran manages to unite the Jarls? Lead all the clans against your fleet?
King Bran is a feeble old man. From what I know, he barely remembers the names of his own vassals. Uniting all might prove difficult.
It's all information.
Think nothing of it. May the great sun light your path.
Yeah. Skellige, by the way, is this world's example of Viking country. This is their version of Vikings and stuff, which you'll see later on in this playthrough in other videos. It has a lot of information though that we just took in a whole lot. Hopefully, they didn't put any of y'all to sleep. It was a lot of dialogue, But I felt like it's important. It is important for the story of the game, especially if you are like me and you love good story-driven games with lots of background and history as far as why is this going on? Why is there a war between these two countries? Who's suffering from it? What are the consequences? All those things. This game does all those things very, very well. Now I believe we can actually equip these things, but see what I'm saying about the tons of armor we got? Only problem is we can't equip any of it for now. We have to wait until we are a higher level than we are. We have to wait until we are higher level in the game, until we level up, basically. But we did get a bunch of stuff, as you can see. A bunch of gear. Equip our crossbow, which we just did. And yeah. That's about it, guys. We see we got a bunch of food and stuff as well and everything. I just realized something though. Where is our Oh, never mind. We have a Griffin trophy equipped already. I was about to say, where's our Griffin trophy? But there it is. We did really well on that one. Put there. Alright, guys. We're going to end the video there, I believe, for now. Next thing we will do is travel to Velen in the next video. This video's already gone on, though, longer than I intended it to, with all the dialogue and stuff. This is a very dialogue-heavy game. See, it says very much big story. A lot of story content in this game. Hopefully it didn't bore y'all too much, but yeah. Give me just a second here. And there you have it, guys. Another Witcher 3 Wild Hunt video completed. Finally done. Hope y'all enjoyed. Hope y'all enjoyed it and everything. Again, I apologize for the very dialogue-heavy parts. This game has got so much story content in it. It's not even funny. There's so much background and history about the two kingdoms, the two parts of the country that are at war. You know, it shows a lot of the suffering and the famine and everything that the that the people, that the citizens of the countries are going through, the struggles they're facing right now with their country being taken over and everything else. You know, a lot of people, a lot of innocents being killed in the process because of it as well. You know, families being torn apart and everything else. It's a bit heavy. It's a bit of a heavy thing, but just like real actual war is, of course. War is no joke. War is no joke. Unfortunately, sometimes it's necessary, as history has shown, and the freedom that we've gained because of certain wars and everything. We should never forget those who have sacrificed and gave their lives and their blood for this country, for our country, for America, and you know, we should never forget those things. But in any case, I hope y'all enjoyed it, guys. But please let me know what you thought about it down in the comments below and everything. And I guess that's really about it. Other than all of that, God bless you. Hope you have a great rest of your day, night, evening, wherever it is you are. Please don't forget to go out there and encourage someone with a few kind words. You never know what difference you can make in somebody's life, guys. And as always, you know I'm gonna see you in the next one.